Hi, good morning, everyone. Buenos días. So I would like to start with a short video that so we can play the video. It's 10 seconds.
This is it, boy. With this bird gone, the flag will be mine for the taking. Yeah.
Now fly to the Canary Islands.
So yeah, we can use The Simpsons for almost everything, right? So like 60 years ago, if you ask where the Canary Islands were, not even a canary bird knew about that. So awareness was very important at that stage, right? So obviously our marketing, our strategy was radically focused on those topics. You know where we are now? Yeah, that's another issue I want to highlight because we are geographically, as you can see, we are in Africa, you know that. We are part of Europe, Spain, the European Union, so we are Europeans, and we have a close connection with Latin America, the way we speak and many other cultural links. So basically what I'm trying to say is that our observatory is focused on the Canary Islands, but it has that Atlantic orientation, because I think that's because of our role, that's our challenge. Yeah? So that's something I wanted to highlight. And then just a few data about our destination. As you know, we are a European destination, more than 15 million tourists per year, more than 100 million overnight stays. Obviously, our economy is completely dependent on tourism. Our GDP, 35% comes from tourism. 4 out of 10 jobs comes from tourism. So basically, we are fully dependent on tourism. If we have a look at the figures from Eurostat, it was a great presentation yesterday, by the way. Canary Islands is a leading destination, right? It's not France, the region. It's not Venice. It's not London. It's Canary Islands. So yeah, we are great. We are fantastic. We are a leading destination, right? And then we were developing. Can we play this video, please?
This micro story from the Canary Islands is about the difference between saying and doing. About what we changed in the Canary Islands before this that led to all of this. And about a few questions that can change everything when nothing ever changes. Events like the Arab Spring may explain the growth in tourists. What they do not explain is why the Canary Islands have grown more than everywhere else. For a long time, millions of Europeans only used to see one Canary Islands campaign a year, relating to sun, sea and sand, and lots of special offers. Our big data was in fact a question. How many people like you who are looking for more than just sun and beaches were we losing? And how can we attract more if we are the furthest islands with the most expensive flights and you can never get here by a high-speed train or car? We decided to innovate our strategy, to move away from the massive sun, sea and sand campaign to what attracts a wide range of individuals, from one campaign a year to one every day. Micro-segmenting. Many say they do it, but it's not that simple. To start with, we collected data about our tourists, and we discovered what else they do when they're not swimming, what they see, what they recommend. Lots of things came to light that you can only do in these islands and that we had never talked about. We also collected data about people who had never been here. By subtracting those who already visit us from the total number of European tourists, we established a potential market. With one advantage, now we knew what everyone liked. Did you know that Germans love nature, but not walking, which is more popular amongst British people? As well as fishing blue marlins in May and volcanic wine in autumn. We cross-referenced data and we found out more about thousands of Europeans. We reorganised our offering according to their motivations, but the micro-segmenting got out of hand. To apply it, we grouped together countries according to whether they were familiar with the Canary Islands or not. After a year's work, we had a structure of microsegmented communications ready to go. We activated it, and then we went from being 7 sun, sea and sound destinations to promoting ourselves as 47 different islands every day. Data and measurement tools allowed us to test, accelerate and customize actions. Through the new always-on micro-segmented system, we generated different micro-actions for each motivation. Specific ones for each person, depending on the contact points on their consumer journey. Nobody missed the old campaign. With a smaller budget, we ran dozens of micro-segmented actions with hundreds of pieces of content for people in 17 countries, 365 days a year. We have grown for 5 consecutive years. The number of tourists who have come for new reasons is equal to the number of inhabitants of Barcelona, the Balearic Islands and Malta put together. Or in other words, 15,000 more planes, which meant almost 4 million euros that had not been forecast for the sector. An innovative destination image, awareness, engagement, conversion. This micro-story about the Canary Islands is about micro-segmenting. Innovation is not about saying it, it's about doing it.
So basically, we were very happy with our marketing campaigns and so on, but then the other way around, down here. Yeah, we can say that. I'm not talking about the way of measuring, right? I'm talking about the relevance paradox. Obviously, you take those figures, number of tourist arrivals, and then you're right. But we know what we know, and we don't know what we don't know. So basically, we are saying nothing about social, environmental impact here. That's what I mean with lies and astrology and so on, right? It's not that we do not measure properly, it's that we do not have that information, basically in detail, like the marketing information I was mentioning before. So that's what I mean here. So we realized we had a challenge, and that challenge. I think maybe it's the video in the background still playing, right? Like, hi, like, yeah, nice to see you. How are you doing? Okay. So basically, in terms of tourism arrivals, this is, you can have a look at the world here map. And yeah, we were doing great. It's not updated. China should be bigger, but it doesn't matter. But if we look at research and the knowledge, then we are not so big, right? So basically, that's what I'm trying to say about lies and statistics and so on. So basically, it's about that. It depends on how we measure that. So basically, we have a challenge, and that challenge was about sustainability and climate change, and that's the topic I'm going to talk now. And I'm not going to give you details about our destination, because I think it's not really important to all of you. But a couple of things. First, the goal was to measure climate change and how that affects behavior. Because we have to talk about people, not destinations, so people, tourists and locals. The second thing is the economic impact. It's not about, if we do not measure, we do not act, but it's about the economic impact. We have to measure, we have to value that in money. So we can act and we can manage, and we can get together all the stakeholders talking about money and the business language. So that was the goal. Another issue, we thought that climate change is a global topic. We cannot think about Canary Islands. Here we are. So we thought about the different archipelagos and islands, the European islands. So this is a Horizon 2020 project leading by Canary Islands, by the University of Las Palmas. And the project is about analyzing in that micro level, downscaling the figures of climate change to islands and archipelagos. So we were modeling all the different aspects, obviously sea level, temperature, and so on and so forth. You know all that stuff. We realized there is a lot of information out there, but it's not. It's a spread, and you cannot really monitor all that information, putting it all together. And even more, you cannot measure that in money, the economic really impact. So Another issue is that we realize we cannot talk about tourism as an island, isolated, as a cubicle, but all together. So we were thinking about the blue economy. So that's why we were analyzing agriculture, energy, and transportation, maritime transportation as well, all together. So 17 impact chains, more than 200 indicators. Those are the tourism related, because obviously we have tourism that is affected by climate change, and at the same time we know that we are affecting climate change. So we were analyzing that system. So this is the economic, the impact change, different hazards, the exposure, vulnerability, and how that will create different scenarios. So we are analyzing different scenarios in the short and long term, and then the economic impact. So yeah, if you take home notes, we need to understand our current situation and scenarios. That's what we are doing now in all the different islands. We need to add value. That's why first we wanted to put the figures in money, so to really analyze the economic impact. Then we need to generate productive investment, so in a positive language, to generate investment, so everybody can really join the project and support it. And obviously we need to work all together. It's not only about one destination, all the destinations together, and because climate change is a global issue, it's not something you can tackle in a local destination. And one final project I wanted to highlight is the eco areas. So this is how, it's a project, it's another European project, but it's connected. How to manage different coastal areas, small, it can be a beach, it can be a fisherman village, and working all together, the fishermen, the residents, the tourists, the industry, how to manage with different indicators and different meetings, how to manage that system in a way that is, obviously you have to follow the regulation, but it's a bottom-up system to manage those eco areas. So those are a few insights about our work in the Canary Islands and the challenges we are facing in the coming years. So thank you very much.